Thank you, Peter. And thank you for your kind introduction and detailed introduction. And thank you to all the members of the FCCJ for joining this press conference today. Yes, almost 2 months ago, I was here explaining that I would be running for Tokyo governor. So I'm so delighted to be able to now address you again, officially as governor of Tokyo. I chose to run for the governor out of a desire to improve Tokyo and make it a place that women and men, children and elderly, those with disabilities and visitors from abroad would find easier to live and work in. I want to make it a truly world-class city. In order to realize this goal, I emphasized during the election campaign that we need major reforms that will give rise to a city government that is a government of Tokyo, government of Tokyo citizens by Tokyo citizens for Tokyo citizens. As you know, that I entered the election completely as my own. In other words, I have no endorsement by political parties. But I was elected with the support of nearly 3 million citizens. I think many people were calling for reform and voted for me, expecting leadership to restore trust in the city government. My circumstances have completely changed in the last 2 months. As Tokyo governor, I now find myself responsible for 13.6 million citizens and for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games, which will soon draw the attention of people from all over the world. Today, I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you my core principles, which have remained unchanged throughout my campaign, and to expand on how I intend to fulfill the promises I made to the citizens of Tokyo. My key policy as Tokyo governor is to implement major reforms that will put the citizens of Tokyo first. I want to make good on this pledge and intend to push swiftly ahead with these reforms after deciding our priorities. The trust of Tokyo citizens in their city government is essential in order to tackle all the challenges that have steadily accumulated here. However, the city government has been losing the trust due to a recent succession of issues, unfortunately. Reform and greater transparency are what the citizens of Tokyo need most now, and I think that's why so many of them supported me. Rather than continuing the previous policies, what I will do is lead reforms. These reforms are not a goal in themselves, but a step toward putting Tokyo citizens first. Creating a transparent Tokyo metropolitan government is my main goal. Public information disclosure is the first step to improving its transparency. I want to create two-way communication where we talk openly with Tokyo citizens about city government affairs, and on occasion invite frank feedback from third-party observers, as I believe this is the way to run a city government that puts its citizens first. To this end, I will establish and lead a new initiative responsible for scrutinizing the role, organization, and budget of the city government and affiliated organizations with input from outside parties, and I will focus on efficiency, transparency, and clear results. Furthermore, once a reform plan has been drafted, I will formulate sweeping policies not limited to reforming daily work, but extending the restructuring organizations, reviewing management models, and injecting additional investment where necessary. Under this new initiative, I have set up 2 special teams to improve public information disclosure, both structurally and on an individual project basis. The first team will evaluate the current information disclosure procedures and determine what improvements are required to achieve due process. The second team will examine the bidding process and the budget for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government is responsible for the operation of the games, and as the head of the government, am accountable for the total budget and the budgeting process. I will share the result of this investigation via an interim report ahead of the September meeting of the Tokyo Metropolitan Assembly. These measures are aimed at increasing the transparency of the city government so that I hope it can quickly regain the trust of Tokyo's citizens. Creating a city government that can get the best out of the games requires buy-in from the citizens of Tokyo. For the last 24 years, I have approached public policy making based on my political principles of great causes and empathy. As you know, I was elected as a member of parliament for 24 years, almost a quarter century, a long time. Effectively implementing new policies requires citizens to understand their aim. However, worthy the cause, I know from experience that government policy will not be effective unless you have the buy-in and support of the public. A good example, maybe I quoted this last time when I was invited here. Once again, a good example is the cool-based policy I formulated during my term as Minister of the Environment. And in order to combat global warming, I suggested that workers simply take off their ties and jackets during the hot summers, and an idea that was well received by the public and by all of you here. I will continue to proactively promote progressive policies for the city of Tokyo without being rather to the status quo, and as I did with Kubis, solicit the empathy of Tokyo citizens or support of Tokyo citizens for these great causes. The challenges Tokyo faces have not suddenly changed just because there is a new governor. But it is now my duty to carefully prioritize and implement effective solutions to combat these challenges. The previous governor created a long-term plan for this city, and in addition to this, we are currently preparing a shorter 4-year plan containing policies aimed at addressing a number of urgent challenges before 2020. I will make every effort to effectively implement reform while strengthening the foundation to support even greater development after 2020. We hope to announce this plan formally by the end of the year, but I'd like to take this opportunity today to share our approach with you. During my election campaign, I said that I wanted to create a new Tokyo that is 3 cities in one. I want Tokyo to be a safe city for citizens and visitors alike, a diverse city where everyone belongs, and a smart city which drives future growth. These three new cities are important pillars of my new plan. The safe city is one where people feel at ease and secure, a Tokyo that is more resilient to threats such as terrorism or natural disasters, including typhoon. I'm from Kyoto Prefecture originally and experienced firsthand the damage from the 1995 Great Hanshin earthquake. In the Nagata district of Kobe City, ambulances and the tracks and fire trucks were unable to enter the maze of small streets which had existed since the last war, and were obstructed by telephone and electricity poles that had tilted or fallen during the earthquake. I strongly feel that we must avoid a similar situation arising here in Tokyo. To this end, I'm promoting the construction of homes and buildings that are more resilient to earthquakes and fires, but as I mentioned here on a previous occasion, I am also determined to rid Tokyo of those utility poles to help improve emergency access. Some may think this is just for aesthetic reasons, but it is actually more a matter of disaster prevention and safety. I have already instructed our teams to study ways to effectively bury these lines, and also to ensure that new poles are installed along city streets. By leveraging my political experience and gaining the support of the citizens of Tokyo for this great cause, I will implement these plans for disaster prevention, securing better street access, and beautification of the cityscape. The second city I envision is a diverse city. I want to create a Tokyo where women and men, children and elderly, and visitors from abroad, and those with disabilities are able to live their lives in their own way. Addressing our aging population is a pressing challenge for all Japan, but especially so in Tokyo. More and more elderly people want to spend the remainder of their days living the way they want in an area they are used to, which means higher demand for home care. We already have a regional care system that provides integrated residence, medical care, and living support, but I want to further refine this to make it easier to use. I also plan to secure more facilities and improve pay for care workers to help cope with the expected rise in the number of elderly people, and to also provide improved care for those with disabilities. Next is to urgently create an environment in which women can balance their work and family lives. With the aging population in Tokyo, the reality is that the cities cannot function without women playing a larger role. It is not fair that women are forced to choose between work and having children. This is unfair. We urgently need to find ways to address this situation. Taking the example of the Tokyo government office itself, I think I can say that the way has been paved for women. 1/3 of our employees are women, and women make up 18% of the management positions, which is higher than the average of the national government. Having said that, the number is still low compared to other countries, and I'd like to increase it. And I feel proud that I have always led the active participation of women in the workforce in Japan, and I will continue to support this movement. With regard to our waiting list for nurseries, Taikijido, we are preparing a supplementary budget to submit to the September meeting of the Tokyo Metropolitan Assembly. In order to reduce the waiting list of 8,400 children to almost zero, we will need to secure promises and improve pay for nursery teachers. We are currently looking at what scale of budget would be possible, but we'll do our best to achieve clear results. I believe that addressing the shortcoming in our child care system will be the breakthrough that brings more women into the workplace. In addition, it will help spread a better work-life balance, or, as I prefer, life-work balance, not work-life balance. Life first and then work balance. This is what I always use the term. Life-work balance and acceptance of different lifestyles, such as raising children, or caring for others. I believe this reform will create true diversity. This involves changing people's awareness as well as changing the system. For example, although we already have measures in place to support families for child care and nursing care, but these are not yet to a standard that resonates with Tokyo citizens, meaning a large number of women still leave work to raise children or care for others. I intend to elicit and foster people empathy or support or understanding, realize real diversity, and spread this from Tokyo to the rest of Japan. I want to achieve a better life-work balance, starting with the elimination of overtime for Tokyo government office employees. They are lucky. As one area of major reform in Tokyo, I will promote a culture where both men and women can work more comfortably and efficiently. The third of my envisioned cities is a smart city that will help generate future growth. Using leading edge technology, I want to be smart. And pursue environmental and economic strategies, both of which will be sustainable. I aim to make Tokyo an environmental leader, a city that creates new businesses, developing environmental solutions, and encourages technological innovation to help revitalize the economy. I therefore plan to promote energy-saving measures such as the more dynamic introduction of LED bulbs lighting, as well as diversified energy sources such as renewable energy, including solar and thermal power and hydrogen energy. And in the event of disaster, the battery in a hydrogen-fueled car can create enough energy to meet the electricity needs of a whole household. In addition, I want to assist the spread of eco-houses which use renewable energy technology. And for your information, my house at Ekoda area in Nerima Ward is theoretically zero CO2 emission by using solar power generator, dual glasses with argon gas in between, LED lights, and many other technologies. I named my humble house as Ekoda House, named after the area. Actually, I found the sites in Ekoda area only because I want to put the name as Ekoda House. And it is really Ekoda House. And TEPCO is my good consumer. Sorry. And we also need to combat the so-called heat heat island phenomena, whereby temperatures in central Tokyo are significantly higher than in the surrounding areas. And this is also very important to prepare for 2020 Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games for the marathon runner and many other for athletes, and even for those people who support the games. Secondly, I want to stimulate the economy by simply making Tokyo more open to the world and implement measures that allow Tokyo to regain its place as the #1 financial city in Asia. Such measures include using the special zone system to stimulate Tokyo's financial market and attracting more fintech firms. I will also make Tokyo a more attractive city for business in general by supporting new businesses, large and small. I want Tokyo to be known as a place where businesses succeed because they are in Tokyo. On August 21st, I attended the closing ceremony of the Rio Olympics and received the Olympic flag from the mayor of Rio. As you saw, I was wearing a kimono on the night, but I had actually considered wearing a Hello Kitty costume to compete with Mario. Before heading to Brazil, I had prepared myself for the handover of what I was told would be a very heavy flag. But upon receiving it in that packed stadium with the world watching, I realized that the responsibility that comes with being the leader of the next host city felt much heavier than the flag itself. At that moment, I resolved that as Tokyo governor, I would provide the ultimate stage for athletes and spectators to enjoy the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Since I was the Minister of the Environment, I have been promoting the 3R initiative: reduce material or even the cost, reduce, reuse, and recycle. This is the 3Rs. The 3R initiative was included in the official document of the G8 Glen Eagles Summit held in England in 2005. And in Japanese, these 3Rs can be summarized in one word: もったいない. What a waste. I want to make the 2020 Games where the term もったいない is known all around the world. Looking beyond 2020, I want to use the Games as based upon which to create a Tokyo that will meet the desires and dreams of its people. It's one more reason for me to apply my problem-solving capabilities, if I have, and perseverance to achieve major reforms in Tokyo, just as Ichiro recently became the first Japanese baseball player to achieve 3,000 hits. I want to continuously put hits on the scoreboards one by one as we move to build the 3 new cities of Tokyo: safe city, diverse city, and smart city. I'm fortunate enough to be the first female Tokyo governor, but this brings with it with great challenges. Hillary Clinton used the expression of glass ceiling to describe the difficulty that women face in the world of business and politics, but I think of it more as a steel ceiling in this country, or iron ceiling in this country. But my time working at the national government level showed me that the key to breaking through this steel or iron ceiling is perseverance. And this allowed me to demonstrate my political leadership. Going forward, this experience is something I intend to make full use of as governor of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Governor. Questions will be answered in Japanese. Media only, please. And if you can introduce yourself and your affiliation. Thank you, sir. You were the first. The gentleman here.
英語か日本語かどっちですかね。日本。インドネシアの新聞記者なんですけれども、スシローリチャルと申します。先日はですね、先ほど一つ柱なんですけれども、安全安心の街に作りたいですね。で先日は友達がインドネシアからの友達東京に来て、2日間3日間ぐらい新宿にあるホテルアパホテル御苑前ですね。これは宣伝じゃなくてその帰国する前に夜片付ける時が、財布なくなりました。盗まれた部屋の中で。私は25年26年間住んでいらっしゃるんですけど、ものすごいショックですね。知事からのお話だったらどこまで安心安全でしょうかね。これはどういう対策これからする、戦略するとかちょっと具体的に期待ですね。都知事からよろしくお願いします。
I am a newspaper reporter from Indonesia. You mentioned about the concept of safe cities as one of the 3 priorities of your city. I had a friend visiting from Indonesia who stayed for 2 and 3 days in a hotel in Shinjuku. It was actually the Appa Gyoen Mae Hotel. I'm not making an advertisement for this hotel necessarily. But when he was packing up, or he or she was packing up to return to Indonesia, actually found that their wallet had been stolen from inside the hotel room, actually. For me, even having lived in Japan for 25 or 26 years, this was actually a great shock to hear of this happening. But I would like to ask, considering such incidents, how safe do you really think that Tokyo is now, and what kind of measures or strategies do you have in place in regards to this?
何とお答えしていいのか、大変プロファウンドなクエスチョンありがとうございます。まずホテルにお聞きになった方がいいんじゃないでしょうか。でも今のご質問はそれだけ日本の安全や、例えばなくしたお財布が戻ってくる、タクシーで忘れても戻ってくるというのがもう日本だけでなくて世界で知られているからこそ、そういったレアなケースが取り上げられた、ご質問されたということではないのかなと、とてもポジティブに理解をいたしました。
Well, I'm not sure exactly how I should answer this question, but thank you very much for this profound question. I recommend that first it might be best for your friend to ask the hotel about this, actually. But I think the fact that this one example is shown really shows that if a wallet is lost in Japan, if it's lost in a taxi and so on, the cases of it being returned to the owner are very common, actually, and this is known not just in Japan, but actually internationally throughout the world. So I would actually like to take this in a positive way, thinking the fact that one case like this, one isolated case, actually is raised in this way shows that it is indeed still very rare here.
Yes, sir.
Süddeutsche Zeitung Neidhardt. The city of Tokyo is the biggest shareholder of TEPCO. Now, the biggest shareholder often has quite some power over a company. With your push for the environment, will you make sure TEPCO doesn't go nuclear anymore?
ご質問ありがとうございます。確かに東京都は、東京電力の大株主であります。今、この原子力発電の安全性などについては、それぞれ規制委員会などで、精査をされているところでございます。それについて、私はよく見守っていきたいというのが一点と、それから先ほど申し上げました電柱の地中化、電柱を地中化するのは難しいですね。電線の地中化ですけれども、 これは非常にお金がかかるとされて、そしてこれまで、地中化、無電柱化が遅れてきた原因もコストにありましたが、東京電力の株主として、ぜひこの電線の地中化に対してのイノベーションやよりコストを下げる、そして安全な送電が行われるということをぜひ要求していきたいと思っております。
Thank you very much for your question. As you mentioned, the government of Tokyo is indeed one of the major shareholders of TEPCO. First of all, in regards to the safety of nuclear power, various institutions or agencies, including the Nuclear Regulation Agency, are now examining the safety issues in relation to nuclear power. So I would like to continue to pay very close attention to this issue from now as well. And the second point in regards to this, I also mentioned about bringing the electricity lines underground. Well, not the electricity poles, that might be somewhat difficult, but the lines themselves, the cables, to bring them underground is also one related aspect from this. Until now, delays in regards to this have been said to be as a result of the large costs involved in this. However, as one of the major shareholders of TEPCO, I hope that we can push for promotion of more innovation to realize this, as well as the same time reducing the costs and having safe provision of energy to the consumers.
The gentleman in the green shirt, yes, sir.
フリーランスの小林と申します。メディアとの関係について伺います。大変素晴らしいアイデアを掲げていらっしゃいますけれども、それを実現していくためにはメディアとの関係が大変重要だと思います。
I am a freelance. My name is Kobayashi. I would like to ask a question in regards to the relationship with the media. You have mentioned many excellent ideas, but of course to realize them, the relationship with the media is very important.
メディアの裏側を十分ご存知の知事に申し上げるのは、余計なことかもしれませんけれども、メディアの中には知事の成功当選を必ずしも快く思ってないメディアもあることはご存知の通りです。これは議会と同じです。で、これからその知事の掲げた3つの都市、3つの公約を実現していくために、メディアとの基本的な姿勢、メディアに対する基本的な姿勢、特にその東京都のクラブを含めたメディアとの関係について、どういうふうに考えていらっしゃるか。お聞かせいただきたいと思います。
And given your experience or familiarity with the behind the scenes of the media, perhaps it's not necessarily to say this to you, of course. However, not all elements or not all parts within the media were necessarily actually supporting your election or your success in the race for governor. I'm sure you're aware of this, and it's the same also, of course, in the parliament as well. When we look towards realizing the 3 cities or the different reforms and policies which you have mentioned today, I would like to ask how you will position your basic stance in relation to the media, and particularly in relation to the press club of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Office.
まずメディアで、私もメディアで働いてまいりました。テレビやそれから原稿を今も書いている、ジャーナリストの皆さんの端くれであります。
So first of all, in relation to the media, I personally did also work within the media industry as well, and within television and also writing and so on, and continuously. So I'm also a fellow journalist experience as you all in this aspect.
そして裏の部分とおっしゃいましたけれども、私は表の部分しか知らずにハッピーなジャーナリスト生活を送りました。
And you mentioned the behind the scenes or sort of the nether side of the media and so on, but I personally have only experienced the positive or the happy side of the media, the front side of the media.
一言で言えばファクトをいかに伝えてもらうか、そのために情報公開をしっかりするというその一点に尽きると思います。
And so to respond in one sentence or one word, I think that what is most important is how to convey the facts. And in order to do this, to look at the issue of disclosure of information as key.
そして都庁クラブという記者クラブがございますけれども、私が大臣をしておりました頃と、記者クラブが大きく変わっているのに驚きました。
And in regards to the press club at the Tokyo Metropolitan Government offices, I was very surprised actually to look at the changes within the press club since my time as minister.
私が大臣を務めていたのは10年ほど前でありますが、毎週2回、大臣としての記者会見を行いましたが、そこはもう限られた記者の方だけでした。
And so my time as a minister was around 10 years ago, but at that time, as minister, I was holding 2 weekly press conferences, and at the time it was only open to limited media representatives.
しかし今、都庁のクラブにはメジャーのメディアの方々に加えて、ネットのメディアの方々がたくさんいらっしゃいます。
However, actually at the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Press Club now as well as of course all of the major media outlets as well, there are many internet media representatives present also.
ですから10年間でこれだけメディアの変わったんだということに私は驚きました。
So I've been very surprised at how much indeed the media landscape has changed in these 10 years.
そして私はいわゆるメジャーなまさしくどっちもマスですね、もはやメディアの方はどちらもウェルカムで、そしてどちらも同じように情報をお伝えをしているつもりであります。
And so for me personally, well, if we compare the major media and other newer forms of media, I think both of them could be referred to as mass media these days, actually. But both of these kinds of media are very much welcome, and I'm aiming also to provide the same information to the different kinds of media also.
Can I continue? もう一つ私、今回の都知事選で感じたことを申し上げたいと思います。
I would also like to make one additional point in regards to the gubernatorial election.
それは私の Facebook、Twitter、それからInstagram などがですね、非常によく見られたということです。
And this is that my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram accounts and so on were very much watched during this time, had great attention.
これまでも私、この Facebook、Twitter 等を使って選挙をやってまいりましたけれども、これほど多くのビューアーがいたことはありませんでした。
And until now, in elections, I had used my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and so on. However, the number of viewers during this election was much higher than it had been in the past.
ですからツールはツイッターにしてもフェイスブックにしても何年もあるわけですけれども、しかしやはり本当に欲しい情報を、提供するということは非常に大切であるなと、つまりコンテンツが一番重要なんだなということをつくづく痛感いたしました。
And so while the tools such as Twitter and Facebook have been in existence for several years already, I think that this has really shown that, or the importance of being able to provide the kind of information that people are wanting. And the contents in this aspect is indeed the most important factor.
そして銀座4丁目でのキャンペーンの時は約そうですね、私3000人って言ってたんですが、もっといたよと、4000人か5000人はいましたよという人がいたんですが、私は彼らのことはほとんど知りませんが、ツイッターでつぶやいただけでそれだけ銀座に人が集まってくれて、みんな緑のものを着て、もしくはタオルを巻いたり帽子かぶったり、みんな緑のアイテムを身につけて、来られました。中にはほうれん草とかブロッコリーを持って緑のものを探したけれどもって言って集まってくださって、新しいなんか選挙の形がインターネットを通じてできたような気がいたします。
And if we look at the time of the gubernatorial election campaign, for example, at the campaigning on the street in Ginza, Yonchome, the fourth area of Ginza as well, at the time, well, I think at the time we announced that it was around 3,000 people present. Afterwards, I heard that maybe it was closer to 4,000 to 5,000 people there on site as well. However, these are, of course, people that I do not directly know. They all came together as a fact of reaching out through Twitter online as well. And through reaching out in this way, they all came wearing green clothing or having towels or hats and items and so on, which were green color as well as part of my campaign colors. Amongst the people who were gathered there, actually, there were some who said that they couldn't find any green clothing, so they came carrying spinach and broccoli and other green items as well to hold up as part of this. So I think this really shows how the internet has brought a new kind of election campaigning here.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter. Governor Koike, welcome back and congratulations. I'd like to ask you about your political parties. Are you going to form a new political parties? Because the reason is I covered your Ogikubo meeting by checking the Facebook. I didn't know where the meeting will be held, but checked there. Ogikubo, I went there, and I saw many people wearing celeries, peanuts, everything. And just mention about your final Ikebukuro speak out. It's not a speak out, it's more or less Koike Yuriko's live show. I think more than 6,000 people went there, right? Just flashing, a green flashlight. Well, having said that, since you created political awareness and concern among young and old people in Tokyo, now do you think it's your time to have some kind of workshop or school to give them political training, and then eventually let them run for the Tokyo's assembly in 4 years? Thank you.
Thank you for your suggestion. ありがとうございます。本当にこれまでに政治に関心のなかった人たちが方々が私のそのキャンペーンに集まってこられて、大変政治に興味を持ったというそのようなリアクションをいただいたことは事実です。
Thank you very much. I believe that actually in my campaign we were able to have the involvement of many people who until now were not necessarily interested in politics or involved in this way, but they became interested or grew interested and started to become involved in my campaign. I very much felt this was the reality.
私は政治の世界に最初に日本新党細川守弘さん率いる日本新党から出発をし、その後政党の M&A が頻繁に行われてまいりまして、その際に新党を作るという作業にいつも事務方というか実際に携わってまいりました。
So I personally, when I first entered the political world, I was involved in, at the time, what was known as the Nihon Shinto, which was led by Mr. Hosokawa. Actually, and since then, there were many, how we say, mergers and acquisitions amongst different parties in Japan as well. And I was personally involved in the launch or administrative side as well of creating new parties throughout this time.
ですから新しい党が作るたびに自分の政策を全部政策の中に公約の中に入れてまいりました。ですから新党の作り方はとてもよく知っております。
And therefore, in all of these processes of creating or launching new parties, I was always working to include my own policies or campaign promises and so on within the policies of these new parties. So I think I have a great deal of experience in creating new political parties.
しかしながら今知事に当選して、そしてこれから9月大変重要な時期に入って一つずつの政策を実現していかなければ300万人の皆様方の期待に応えられない。それは新党を作ることへの期待というよりは、東京をちゃんとマネージしてねと、東京を希望のある街にしてねという期待だったと思いますので、まずはそこに注力、コンセントレーションをしていきたいと思っています。
However, entering my new challenge now as the governor of Tokyo, we are now approaching a very important period to be held in this September as well. And this is indeed the time to look at how to realize one by one the various policies which I have put forward, and also how to respond to the expectations or hopes of the 3 million people also who voted for me as well. So rather than looking at these steps towards a new party, looking at, well, how to successfully manage Tokyo and respond to these people and their hopes for Tokyo as well is what I will be concentrating on from now.
After 2020, to establish. ワークショップとか若い方たちの政治塾というのは、それは大変価値のあることだというふうに思っています。
Running workshops or political schools for young upcoming people and so on, I think is something which is a very valuable thing to do.
Okay, Joel, you're next. On the list here I have Tim, Anthony, Fu, Jimbo, gentleman over here. The governor has to leave sharp at 4 o'clock, so please keep your
Question quick.
Your questions on message. Thank you.
Florence Rosotokuhain, Joël Legendre from RTL France, Radio and Television. Congratulations for Tokyo and congratulations for Rio. You had a beautiful kimono. Kyoto kara?
Tokyo.
This is very interesting because in Kyoto, the kimono makers are now suffering of kind of poverty.
Wow.
And my question is about poverty. You know that according to the UN, 15 to 25% of the youth now in developed countries like EU, US, Japan, or Canada are in poverty. So my question is very quick. What are you going to do yourself to do a policy of protecting, helping, encouraging the families who suffer, the youth, the elders, and do something that is concrete, not that just make them dream about the Olympics or take them talk for month and month about Tsukiji. Olympics is not what will give food to the plate for many people. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。確かパリも次の2024年の目指していらっしゃると聞いております。オリンピック・パラリンピック、ね、の大会を。そして、貧困の問題というのはこれは日本、東京、そして日本のみならず今世界の大きな課題となっていると理解しています。
Thank you for your question. First of all, in regards to the Olympics, I hear that Paris is actually looking at a bid towards the 2024 Olympics. But in regards to your question on poverty issues, of course, this is a major challenge not only for Tokyo and Japan, but indeed globally now.
産業が大きく変わってきているということが一つ国際的なその下地となっていると思います。
I think that one of the international bases for this is said to be looking at, or as a result of the significant changes in industry.
そして子どもの貧困は大人の貧困で、大人の貧困のためにですね、教育を受けられない子どもたち、大人の貧困がために教育のチャンスを失っている子どもたちについてはきちんとしたケアが必要である。そのためにも今東京都立の学校の授業料についてはこれについてはですねその所得に応じた対応というのをしております。すでに行っております。
And so when we're looking at the issue of poverty for children or youth as well, this is of course connected to poverty issues for adults. If their parents, for example, are in a situation of being financially in difficulty, then this means that there will be lost opportunities for education for their children and so on. So first of all, we need to have very clear policies in place for these education and poverty-related issues. One thing which is already in place to this in regards to schools which are run by the Tokyo city government is looking at the school fees for children and having these being set according to the family's income. So this is one policy which is already in place.
都の役割とそれから区とか市の役割は教育の分野でも小中の分野がそれぞれ市区そしてそれ以上の都立の高校そしてあと都立の大学とそれぞれ分けられている中でおいて東京都としてはその都立の高校についてはすでに給付型奨学金などは給付は行われておりますしそれをどうやってより広い形での給付型の奨学金の配布ができるかどうかということを今研究しているところです。
And in regards to the role of the city government or the metropolitan government, in Tokyo, there is a division in roles between the metropolitan government and also the governments of each of the different wards within city or within the metropolises, or also the cities within as well. So for example, elementary and junior high school education is run by the respective wards or cities within the Tokyo area, and the higher secondary school and also university is in relation to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. So one of the things which as the Tokyo Metropolitan Government we already have in place as well in regards to senior high school education is having scholarships available for students which are not in the form of loans but which are scholarships actually provided for the students for their education as well. So one of the things we are researching in regards to this at the moment is how to expand this or broaden it so that it can be more accessible.
So Tim, you're next. Yeah, and Fu, you're after that.
Thank you. Tim Horniak, freelance journalist. Just wanted to ask, what is the situation with Tsukiji Fish Market? We've seen reports that its movement that's moved to Toyosu is delayed because of contamination in Toyosu. What's going to happen and what is the timeline for the move? Thank you.
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much for your question. そして私は今日ここの場に来る直前に一つ大切な記者会見を行いました。その内容というのは11月7日に予定をされていた築地から豊洲への移転を延期いたしました。
Thank you very much for your question. Indeed, actually, right before coming here today, I held another very important press conference, and that was to announce the postponement of the planned move from Tsukiji to Toyosu. It was planned for November 7, and I announced a postponement of this.
私は8年前にある本を出しておりまして、それは食の安全のためには豊洲の市場はまだまだやるべきことがあるということを記したものがございます。
I actually published a book 8 years ago in which I wrote about issues of food security and food safety. And within this, I wrote about the fact that there are still many things which needed to be done in regards to the Toyosu location to ensure this, or to guarantee this security and safety.
現実に土壌汚染、ソイルを入れ替えて、そしてその新しい土を持ってということで、大変多額のお金をかけて土壌の改善は行われたと聞いてはおりますが、まだ水のモニタリングが終わっておりません。
And so in regards to the issue of contamination of the soil, in fact, I have had reports that there was indeed efforts put in place to change the soil, so to bring in new soil to replace contaminated soil on location. That was indeed a great amount of costs went into this as well, and this improvement procedures have been put in place. However, the water monitoring is still ongoing at the moment, so we are still waiting to hear reports about how this went.
そして最後の水のモニタリングで水を取ってくるその日が11月の18日と聞いております。しかしながらすでに11月の7日には豊洲に移っているというのは私はロジカルではないということを言って延期の最大の理由にしています。
And the proposed date for the final water monitoring results to be brought up, or the final water to be brought up from the new site, is planned to be for November 18. And therefore, if we consider, well, moving the market from November 7 before this is actually done, I believe is not something logical to do. So this is the primary reason for delaying the move.
そしてそれはやはりフードに対してのセキュリティというか安心はこれは都民の誰もが望んでいることです。ですからこれまで何度もモニタリングして問題がないというけれども2年間と決めたからにはですね2年間きっちりやるべきであると。でそしてこの都民の安心はすなわち世界の築地の安心につながるわけですから、ここは一旦立ち止まって延期をして確認をしてその上で次のことを決めるというふうに発表をいたしました。
And of course, the issues of security or safety, rather, for food as well is something which all of the residents or citizens are desiring and requiring as well. So while it was said that the monitoring would be done for 2 years, I believe it's very important to thoroughly do this and actually use the whole 2 years for this monitoring time as well. Of course, we are not talking only about a local issue, but this is really about the safety of the world's market, Tsukiji, as well. So I believe it's very important to stop for a second and to confirm thoroughly these details before deciding how to go forward.
だからこそ、情報公開は必要ですし、もうミュージアムのように素晴らしい、建物ならともかく、このフィッシュマーケットの中は何もないところにほぼ黒川紀章さんが作られた国立新美術館のほどと同じ予算をかけるのはこれは都民にとって納得ができない、ということも申し上げました。
And therefore, the necessity of disclosure of information is indeed vital in regards to this. While there may be a really wonderful building, almost like a museum being built for this, if there is nothing inside in this fish market as well, it's something which I think we need to look very closely at. And if we're looking also at investing the same amount of budget which was put into, for example, constructing the new National Gallery, the new gallery in Tokyo by Mr. Kisho Kurokawa, I think it's very important that we need to really make sure that this is something which can be accepted by the residents.
Fu, it's the last question. You've got 30 seconds.
さっきシンガポールプレスホディの日本都会の風です。台湾の友達と話してやっぱりキティちゃんよりは私たちが先に考えたのはセーラームーンの方が合ってるんですか。はい。で私の質問は前も知事が国防いわゆる防衛大臣として女性として私たちもすごく応援したんですけれども、今稲田防衛大臣自分の後輩として何かエールありますか。また2人の関係はどういう感じですか。
もう私のアンサーは5 seconds です。頑張ってほしいと思います。
I am from Singapore. I also would like to say, well, first of all, rather than Hello Kitty, perhaps Sailor Moon would actually be who we would like to see you dressed as well. I would like to ask a very brief question. Given your experience as the previous or a defense minister in the past as well, if you have a message of support to current Minister Inada, and how is your relationship? And the answer from the governor, my answer is very short. I just want to tell her to do her best.
Okay, we have to finish there. As I said, the governor's on a very tight schedule. My last job is to offer 12-month honorary membership of the FCCJ. And if everyone could please remain seated while the governor leaves, and thank you very much.